In the tavern, the rest of the party was being observed by 3 shady characters. And when our heroes went to their respective rooms for the night, Thomas woke up in the middle of the night to find out that the shady characters broke into the room and were searching for Sir Gunther's belongings.
Right now it's the thief's turn. He clearly found what he was looking for. In his hands he holds a small chest. Says to the thug, hold him off, I need to get away. Keep him away from the window.
The box. I got this box from a man in Nulte, and I have to bring this to a friend of mine in Brentwick, and I think they were after this box.
Is it locked?
It is locked, and I have the key, but no, I haven't looked in it yet.
There's other ways to glance at the contents of the box without actually opening it. If I could hold it for just 10 minutes, I might be able to define something from that box.
That might be a very good idea. Sir Gunther hands over the box to Oddleif.
Okay, I set the box before me on the table, take a book, open the book, and start mumbling something while making some hand gestures and a circle and holding the box.
Because as soon as you focus the detect magic on the box, you hear a familiar sound.
Yes,
and
yes, yeah.
Intensifies ever so slightly the longer you watch it. You watch the box with the detect magic. You hear it thrumming inside your head.
I take a deep breath and open my eyes again. Okay, the contents of this box are definitely magical. I think it might be wise to take a look at it.
Yes. Sir Gunther says, okay, I will keep to my promise and I will not look in the box. And I give my key to Thomas. Thomas walks over to Oddleif and he stands beside her and he sticks the key in the lock. He turns the key around and he opens the box just for him and Oddleif. And if Solwing is next to Oddleif, just for them 3 to watch.
Well, you open the box and it's inside. There's this purple padding. It's really thick cloth on both the top side and the bottom. And inside lies a small, well, about this big. 20 centimeters big shard of glass.
What I do know about it is that it might be smart to keep the lid closed.
You say you recommend to close the lid, but is it not smarter to take it out if it's the box people are after?
I would have room in my bag for it. If you would want to keep it separated, I can keep it safe and secured. For the time being.
I think the lady is right. We should give it to her and, well, as long as she gives it back, of course. But I trust you.
I will give it back. And then I put it away where you guys don't see it anymore.
Anyway, okay. Oddleif, you went to your room.
Yes. I go up to the room. I take the chair and I prop it up under the door. Then I will take out a book from one of my bags that I have underneath my cloak. Open it up to a certain page and start drawing some patterns on the floor. I take my time to do this, about 10 minutes. I use some salt and soot to draw it, and I sit in the middle, finish the last pattern, then I reach into my cloak and I take out my leather dagger holster and take out the shard of glass that was in the chest. I hold it in my hands and start looking it over.
You look through the glass, which is clear glass, like transparent, no colors, colored glass. But if you look through it, you see yourself in this purplish, bluish hue. And then in a flash, the image switches. Like you're looking out of the glass, everything around you is purplish and blue, and you see yourself at the other end holding the glass for a moment. You see your own arm with a spike chain around it, and then the image dissolves and the glass disappears. Okay, there we go. There.
Oh man.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this very special episode of the Voidcast. We're going to play some Dungeons & Dragons, and more importantly, have a lot of fun doing it. This episode is part of the Precipice of Dreams campaign, and we will delve into what happens to Oddleif after the events at the end of the 4th episode. Yeah, Voidleif, what happened at the end of the 4th episode?
Well, I recently obtained a magical item of sorts. A piece of glass that I had identified as having magical properties. And I've been carrying this around for my dear friend Sir Gunther, but decided that it might be worth investigating a bit more to know exactly what it is before we hand it over to whoever wanted it. So I went up to my room in the inn. We had just arrived in the city of
Prester.
Prester, yes. Thank you. And had a room for the night, got a room for the night, and I went up into my room, blocked the door to make sure that nobody could interrupt me, and then started scribbling some incantation on the floor, sat in the middle of it, and then cast Comprehend Languages, took out the shard, the magical shard, and started to look at it. And, well, when I started to look at it, I saw my own reflection, and then I sort of was my own reflection, and then everything was upside down and inside out, and now I don't know where I am. And I guess we will figure. I will learn that now. I guess. I hope.
I guess. I don't know. We shall see. So yeah, you're still in the room at the inn, except everything. The coloring is off. And when you look around, you notice that the angles and perspective of things you see is off as well. Like stuff is closer by than it looks because the lines aren't as straight as they used to be. It's very Burton-esque, so to say.
Okay.
And there's this purplish bluish hue that's hanging in the air. It was day outside still when you were at the inn, and now it has kind of a dusky twilight tint to it.
Everything in the room the same as I left it, except for the hue change and the slight change in perspective.
No.
Like, is the chair still in front of the door?
There's no the chair is not in front of the door. The chair is there, but not where you put it. And there's a bed here as well. Other than that, it's kind of bland. Your room had curtains. There are no curtains on the windows. All decorations are missing, and it's more like everything that should be in an inn room is there, but everything that's not necessary is gone.
Okay. Can I stand up?
Sure.
Is my movement...
Oh, you also have this chain around your arm. remember?
Left arm, I think you said.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that-
this
is
is my left arm. Yeah.
No, I think you said it was on my left arm.
Yeah, this
in
is my left
previous-
arm. But
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
I was looking at my right, and then I said, "Oh no."
Oh yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Do I feel it as well, or I only see it?
You perceive it, but not with your tactile sense. It's more that you know it's there. It's like it's part of your body.
Yeah, and I've seen this before. I know what that is, right? It's
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Okay. I feel a bit of comfort from that. Then I think the fact that I see it a bit, as strange as that might be. Anyway,
One thing that is here. I mean, your backpack and all that stuff is not, but your spear is.
okay. My other possessions are all no musical
Um,
instruments, no.
no. You were
scrolls,
wearing your
map
armor,
cases.
right?
I'm wearing my armor, yes.
Yeah, then you have that. But the only thing that is here is the spear.
Okay, and it's not like everything I had on my person I still have. It's
Yeah. That everything you had on your person, you have with you, but
okay.
you weren't holding your spear when you transitioned.
that's true.
Let's say.
No, that's true. My spear was besides me when I sat down in the circle.
Yeah, it's still in the exact same location.
Yeah.
Relatively.
Okay. I slowly get up and I walk over to the window and I look out of the window.
Yeah, you were not quite prepared for what you're going to see now, because it's weird and maybe horrifying. You look out onto the street that you just came from, and it's the same outside as it is inside. The angles are wrong. Like the street was drawn from memory by someone, and he just filled in the blanks, so to say. You see other buildings that are slanted or bent over in weird ways above the roads, and you see the sky is blue purple. It's more blue than purple, but there's no sun, and trying to picture how you perceive it. Yeah,
I'm picturing it with you.
I say there's no sun, but the sun should be behind you, so you couldn't see it anyway. But there's no apparent light being spread, though you can see, and it's not that dark. It's like this perpetual twilight going on. In the sky, you see swarms of creatures flying about, things that move like eels slithering across the sky, and you should see the bridge to your left, but you don't. There's no bridge there. Instead, there's this massive, solid, structure-like thing that is that lies over the river and lies over some of the buildings across from the street. And it looks very solid, and there's this light blue tint, but it looks very out of place and not as if it's supposed to be there.
Okay. And do I see any doors or windows on that structure? Or
No. That's
just clear walls?
It's like it's sculpted in a way.
Okay.
It's not the walls. It's more cylindrical, and it's
Okay. Yeah.
but
Okay.
massive.
Yeah.
Way bigger than the buildings, and
Other important question: are there any signs of the shard here? I saw it disappear. I think last thing I saw was it dissolve in my hands.
Yep. It's gone.
Okay, I pick up my spear from the floor and I hold on tight to it, both hands, and walk over to the door and put my ear to the door and listen if I hear anything.
Make a perception check.
Yes. Let's get out. I have to quickly check on my perception. It's a +2. And my roll is an 11, so that will get me a 13.
13, okay. And can you also make a dexterity saving throw?
What?
Mm-hmm.
What now? Dexterity saving throw is a +3. And my roll is a 13, so that's 16.
13. So yeah, you press yourself up against the door and you listen. The door is angled in a weird way as well, like the top side is diagonal instead of straight. And you press up and you try to listen. You hear nothing, but you feel something moving right near your belly, and you jump away just in time to see the doorknob trying to bite you.
The doorknob is trying to bite me.
There's these razor sharp teeth that it looks like a normal doorknob, and then suddenly it opens its mouth and tries to bite you. It misses, but
well, I want to blast the door in then. So,
sure.
Out of a reaction, I will summon the black purple energy around my hand, and then point at the doorknob and blast it open. Hopefully, at least blast the thing that was trying to bite me. So this is more of a reaction. 17. Plus.
That's it. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, okay, but I need to find out what it was again.
It's
so
not
it's
very
+5. Right.
It's not very dodgy for a doorknob, so
yeah, +5. So that's 22, and that's then a D10. Oh, that's cocked. It's 9 damage.
9 damage, nice. It's a bit lower than I'm used from you, but
yeah, I know.
It's not a 10, but you blast off the doorknob, and that actually opens the door a bit. It slightly it comes into the room, but you've left this scorched hole. While you're casting that Eldritch Blast, you can see the power of that you accumulate actually gathering in the chain, and and then you discharge it with both your hands, one hand. I don't know.
Do I see the chain on both arms then? Because I see Oddleif alternating hands depending.
Well,
on
if you really want to fire
spear
with your right hand, then the energy courses through you towards the other hand.
Yeah, from
but
the left.
Spell casting usually
side.
happens with both hands. So
So when I imagine Oddleif alternating her hands depending on how she's holding her spear at that time.
Yeah.
For the actual sort of pointing and casting. But so I see it on my left arm.
But you notice it of the chain gathering the energy to build up to the discharge.
All right. Well, I think that if there was anyone here then they will have noticed me, noticed the sound or something. So I'm going to push open the door, but with the butt of my spear.
You have to pull, actually, but...
Cool. Well, then I put the butt of the spear in between the opening and sort of crank it open.
Yeah, sure. That's it gets stuck at some point because of the door frame not being straight, but the opening is large enough for you to fit through.
Yeah, if I can fit through, I will make my way through the opening and step out into the hallway.
Yeah. Yeah, you enter the hallway.
I look left and right.
It's empty. You see some other doors. You see the hallway goes down to your right, and there should be a stairwell.
Do I see biting doorknobs on the doors?
They look like regular doorknobs. Doors are all wrong as well. Everything is wrong.
Yeah, now that I'm in the hallway, can I try to listen again for any sounds coming from the rooms?
Sure.
Oh man. That's on the floor.
That's going well.
Yeah, I tried to catch it, but oh wow, I absolutely hear nothing. That's an 8 in total.
Well, you're correct. You don't hear anything.
I will slowly make my way to where I know the staircase to the lower floor.
Yeah, the stairwell is a bit to your right, like I said. And when as you said you walk slowly, then you notice that the walls are coming closer to you, but it's not because they're actually moving, but because the end of the hallway is smaller than where you were. Like the perspective you had.
Yeah.
Seemed about right, but it's like you're getting bigger, but actually the hallway is getting smaller.
I think I already have a title for this episode.
Is it
probably something like Oddleif in Wonderland.
Yeah. That makes that's a good reference.
It seems.
But I wonder if you will encounter any wonders.
I will just keep walking towards the stairwell.
Yeah, well, the stairwell is still big enough once you get there, and you can walk down. No problem.
Okay, I do that. Make my way to the common room.
Yeah, that's also empty. There's some furniture, but nothing else. No people. No.
So no bottles of wine.
No bottles. Nothing. It's no food. No drinks. Nothing.
No coin.
No. You do notice candles on tables, and they give off light, and they look like they're burning, but the flame is not actually flickering. It's just this static flame.
Okay. They give off heat if I put my hand towards it.
Nope.
I don't need to make a dexterity save.
No, it
I don't want to touch anything anymore.
No, yeah, that's smart, but no.
Okay.
It's not that cold here, but it's not warm either. It's just, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I want to make a slow round through the common room, just sort of investigate, see if I can, before I step out into the...
Sure.
I'm obviously
make an investigation check if you want to investigate.
I'm hesitating to step out into the side. Yeah,
I wonder why.
I want to investigate this first to see if I can learn anything. Man. It's so funny to see all the skills that I have chosen or not have chosen, like perception or investigation. That's a 10 in total.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, same deal as before. The angles are wrong, perspective is out of whack, stuff's strange. Nothing tries to bite you or anything, but yeah, it's just weird. It's like an imperfect reflection of what you knew to be real.
Okay. I walk over to the door, the exit. Do I see any biting doorknobs? Don't know.
Don't know. Maybe another investigation check?
I will. I think for investigation you need to touch it, right?
No, you can investigate with your eyes, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Okay. That's 14.
14. Well, you look at it a bit and it looks like a doorknob. It's not completely round. It should be, but it's not. It's more of an oval. You stand back a bit and you poke at it with the butt of your spear, and doesn't do anything. Doesn't react.
Okay, then I grab hold of it and open the door, or try to open the door.
Oh, the door opens.
Oh, man. Okay, I poke my head out of the door and look left and right.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the same image you saw from upstairs, like this. Most of the activity you see actually in the sky, where those creatures are swimming through the sky.
I keep an eye on that too, as well. If
To your left is where the bridge should be, and to the right, the road goes up towards the eastern gate of the city, which you passed through not very long ago. But there's nothing else moving down the streets, and the streets are there, but they don't seem right. And at some places, the houses just arc over the streets, while others are in weird angles, corners, and you don't know how perspective actually works in this area, but it might be that some parts of the street are actually very small and to go through.
Okay, and
the only thing that does seem consistent is that that enormous statue-like thing, which you can see at your horizon. And now that you get a somewhat closer look, it looks like it crashed into the city, like it actually destroyed some of the buildings, and the city was there before that thing was there.
Do I know of any vantage point, like a high point, like a tower or a wall, where you can get a decent view of the city?
Well, there was the Mage Tower. That's was on the other side of the city, inside walls.
Bit near, close
and
by.
You had the keep on the hill. Now you are at the lowest point of the city, like you're right near the docks and the bridge. And if you go into the city proper, then you have to go uphill as it is. But it looks like that thing just stretches on throughout the whole city.
Yeah. Because I'm curious at two things at the moment, and about two things. And that's one, whether there are any more of those things, if I can get a good view of that thing, and if I see any temples of Aedon.
Well, you passed the Temple of Aedon. That should be right on the city square. So if you go through the eastern gate, then you should then you come on the city square, and
Okay,
there is the temple.
So that's to my right then. No, to my right is the
Yeah, that's to your right, because to your did I say
left is the bridge.
Yeah, left is the bridge. That's it's confusing.
Yeah, it depends on what bank.
Because you look out of the inn, and to your right is the eastern gate, and to your left is the bridge, or where the bridge should be. If I flipped it around, I apologize, but this is the correct way.
Okay, so to my right would be the Church of Aedon.
Yeah.
I'm curious about what I would find in a place such as this.
Is curiosity the only thing you feel?
No, I am, because we have talked about it. Obviously, I'm very scared. I'm taking this very slowly, but I'm also approaching it more as a puzzle. I think my instincts sort of kick in where I try to solve the puzzle, see what I can learn and what I can obtain from it.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I think it would be fun if you actually describe what you're thinking. I mean,
Yes.
normally we don't do that, but seeing as this is one-on-one...
That's a very good point. So at the moment, I am very scared. I don't know. When I arrived here in my inn room, I was very scared. Obviously, don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out. And the moment I started to work the puzzle, as it were, the fear sort of got pushed to the
side, yeah.
To the side, to the back of my mind. But it is there. And I'm taking this very slowly, and I'm keeping a constant eye out on the skies, on any...
you haven't gone outside yet, right?
No. I'm
okay.
at the moment in the door opening. So I'm looking at those creatures in the sky as well. And now I slowly take my first step outside. Right foot first, step outside on the street.
Well, the street doesn't try to bite you or anything. It feels perfectly normal, only it's quiet and there's no other movement except in the sky. Though maybe a bit further on you can see some of those maybe it's birds or something flying through the streets, but not landing, just flying about.
Okay. I step out onto the street, but stay close to the walls. So I don't literally push my back against the wall and sideways slide my way over. But I stick to the walls. Keep my eyes on the skies, and I slowly make my way to my right, towards the square where the Temple of Aedon would be.
Yeah. Well, as you walk through the streets and you look around, you notice that some of the buildings, especially you come across a building that's across from you at the street, that instead of windows has these mouths, so to say. At least they look like razor sharp teeth that are interlocked instead of that there's an actual window present.
I was going to ask, obviously, while I make my way through this, anything noticeable that I might notice? I keep an eye out for signs of life as well. So if I see some movement or behind the windows of a building, maybe some other people.
No other people so far. But yeah, some of the buildings have, like I said, mouths instead of windows. When you progress further, there's even a building with an eye that, as soon as you come into sight, it locks onto you and just follows you around. It's like this giant black eye with slitted eye with yellow irises that just looks at you.
Okay. Yeah, I ignore the eye. Do I recognize the type of eye then? Sort of. Is it what I saw in the?
No, it's really weird actually, because it's square, because it fits in the window. Now, not perfectly square. The perspectives of the lines are wrong again, but it's just that the yellow iris, which is not a perfect circle, because the edges of the circle are bigger than the window itself, and this, it kind of, maybe with some imagination, it can look like the eyes that the wolf had.
Okay. I'm not,
because they're yellow and cat-like, and but other than that,
in this case. All right. I will just press on then towards the square. I just want to get a look. Want to catch a glimpse of that church.
Yeah, well, you slightly turn a corner. Check that for a moment on the map. Let me see. Oh, no, the road just goes straight ahead. Yeah, but if you, as you approach the gate, you can see the gate actually, and it's open. Nothing really weird about it. Suddenly, this flapping thing shoots by you, and
I stick to the wall.
Yeah, well, it rapidly flies past you, but then it turns around and comes straight at you and stops really close to your face. And it's really weird because it's like this big of an orb with bat-like wings.
It's an orb.
And it's rapidly flapping. It's an orb. And that orb suddenly opens and reveals an eye. Same eye as in those windows, like black sclera with yellow irises and slitted eyes. And it looks at you for a moment. And the same, it opens sideways, the eyelids.
Okay.
And in that same movement, the iris opens as well and reveals rows upon rows of teeth, and that shoots straight at you. So prepare to defend yourself.
I will.
Let's start with initiative.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm lucky that I fail all those unimportant investigation checks.
Unimportant.
I 21.
Okay, nice. Then you go first.
Sorry, no. It's 20. Spot on. I rolled a 19.
Go first.
Okay, I'm going first. I have to quickly check what spells I prepared, because I prepared my usual traveling spells last time. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just hack at it with my spear. I have my spear in my hand at the moment. No, you know what? I go for my first idea. Sorry. I trace some patterns in the air while muttering some words, and I finish it off. I cast a barrier in front of myself, and I cast a blade ward. So I until the end of my next turn, I have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Oh, dealt by weapon attacks.
Yeah, but bite attack is a weapon attack.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Don't worry about it. That's just to make difference between spell attacks and...
Yes, yeah. Excellent.
Okay.
Then that's still what I do. And I sort of just want to get a feel for what I'm dealing with first.
Okay.
So try to protect myself for this first...
Well, I actually roll a natural 1 on my attack roll. So you dodge the creature and smashes into the wall next to you, and you hear his teeth scrape across the stone in a weird sound. But it pushes itself backward again and prepares to strike again.
Well, while it comes out of the wall, then I'll take my spear and hack at it.
Yeah, do so.
Yeah.
Can't see what it is. Is it 20 or 1?
It's a 1.
Okay.
So I miss it.
Well, at least you don't smash into the wall.
I take a few steps back from it.
Yeah, but it's very fast and comes.
Yeah,
at
I'm assuming it's faster than me, so I'm not going to try and outrun it, but I'll try to create some room just for the idea. Now we're next to the wall. I can't swing my spear. That's why I have the 1.
Yeah. Makes sense
Obviously.
now, doesn't it? Yeah, obviously. This time I had an armor class of 17.
Which is a hit.
Okay, then you take 5 piercing damage. And that eyeball crashes into you, and it sets its teeth, it delves its teeth into your skin and stays attached.
Ew.
And it's making this weird screeching sounds constantly. Actually, it started making them ever since it opened its mouth, not its eye, which is practically the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My turn then.
Yeah, it's lodged into your arm.
Obviously, I start to
Keeps
panic
biting.
at this moment, and I gather energy around my hand and just grab the thing and try to shove it off while blasting eldritch energy into it. And I just say, "Get off me!"
Yeah, so do you want to discharge energy or do you want to get it off? Because that's actually 2 different actions.
No, I want to discharge energy. I want to blast it off my... I'm
Nice.
grabbing it and blasting
I
it.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I want to blast it. So I roll a 19. But no, it's a Hexblade's Curse. Would have given me
exactly.
critical on it.
But that's it.
No, it's a hit. And I roll a 7 for damage.
Okay, then you blast it with that energy. It shocks for a bit, but then its grip on you loosens and it falls onto the ground and lies there lifeless.
Does it still... The body is still there?
Yeah.
It doesn't dissolve or anything?
Nope.
Does it seem organic in any way? Like, is there gut spilling or blood spilling out of it? Or...
No, yeah, it's more, it's charred, like burnt. But other than that, it's not that wounded, so you don't see blood or anything else.
Okay.
Its wings look, very much like that of a bat.
Can I grab it? Like,
Yeah.
I try to
sure.
grab it off the ground. What does it feel like?
Well, the wings feel very soft and fleshy, but the eyeball itself feels like the skin around it, like the eyelids are fleshy, but inside it's like almost a steel ball. And when it opened its mouth and you got to look inside, it sounds cheesy, but bigger on the inside.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I sort of pictured that. Like, there's this
like
big
this
gaping black
abyss,
face inside. While the globe itself is really.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, not cool at all. I throw it back onto the floor and make.
Yeah, and at that point, a whole swarm of these creatures comes out of an alleyway to your side, and they quickly turn around as if they knew you already knew that you were there, and they rapidly shoot at you. It's like 6 or 7 of them this time.
Are they coming from the point where I'm going? Like, are they coming from the direction of the church or from the direction of the inn?
Neither. They're coming from one of the side streets. So they come. The inn is. If you're standing against the building, like you just did, then the inn is to your left and the thing is to your right.
How far?
And to the right, there's a corner, and they shoot from the alleyway next to the building you were standing at.
So
they're really close by.
How far would the inn be from me now, and how far would the square be from me?
Well, square is still further away, but the inn is also like 100 yards away.
Okay.
We'll keep the same initiative, so I'll let you react first.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what way to run. How many are there? 6.
6.
Because I can't. I mean, one more bite and it might be over. So. Okay. They were really fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I probably know that I can't outrun them.
Oh, you probably can't outrun them.
I can hide inside a building. Do I see any buildings that would allow me to hide?
I'm not sure any of these buildings can be trusted.
No, I mean, I trust the inn. So the inn is further than 60 feet away from me.
Yeah, it is. And they have you pretty cornered.
Okay. I plant my spear into the ground. And I concentrate for a moment and will myself to a form of calmness because I'm really starting to panic. And first I say, O'Toole, if you are here with me, then help me. And then I point my hand in their direction and I cast sleep. Which is 5d8. Is the amount of hit points that I affect.
Yeah, that
That's a 7 and a 6 is 13. Oh. One moment, my D8 is getting away from me. Wait, I'll just finish the roll with this one then. No, 13. And this is a 5, so that's 18. Yeah, that should be really fun for a camera, but
Yeah. That's.
my dice are special, and I'm using two different sets of dice, which are both important for different reasons. But the one that I lost is the D8. That's usually my lucky D8.
Okay.
Or
It's important to have
my
your lucky D8.
It's a superstitious thing. Well, I'm not at all superstitious, but
When it comes to D&D, you are. Yeah.
yes,
I know.
So I was at 18, and another 7 is 25, and the last one is a 5. So that's 30 hit points in total.
Nice. Well, yeah, that gets all of them. So they all fall asleep onto the ground.
Which lasts... Oh man, now it's important. How long does this last? Duration is 1 minute. Okay.
No.
Just trying to reading the spell to see if I miss anything important. Okay. So where are those creatures now sleeping then? Are they on the path towards the square, or are they on
No,
the path?
they came out of the alleyway and they circled back, so they are around the middle of the road. Like if you're on the pavement, they're on the middle of the road.
Okay. I take off at a run towards the direction of the square where I was going.
All right.
Which is not is by the way not the direction that I actually want to go, but I need to find knowledge. I need to know this thing. So
Yes.
I run at like I full on run towards the square.
Yeah, so you start running, and at some point you hear another swarm of these creatures rapidly flapping about, and they're heading straight at you. As you look behind you, you see them flying straight ahead. And yeah, well, you know what? Make a dexterity saving throw.
15 plus. I just used this, but plus 3 is 18.
18. Okay. Yeah, so you keep running and you're still a bit at the side of the road, right? Like
Yeah.
You're not running in the middle of the road. No, okay, fine.
No.
Then at some point you run past an alleyway, and for in an instant you startle because there's something coming at you from that alleyway. But you hear it saying, "Get down!" And reflexively, you listen to that and you throw yourself to the ground just as those creatures want to swarm you and flock onto you. You see this great cone of fire shooting across from you, torching all those creatures away, and and they fall charred to the ground. And yeah, what do you do?
I look up. Who do I see?
Well, you don't have to look that far because there's a small figure there, and it's a gnome. He looks kind of disheveled. He has this steel-looking backpack on his back. He's wearing torn clothes, but there's clearly see leather armor. A bit finicky drawn over those clothes. He's wearing goggles, like those flight goggles, you know.
Yeah.
He has gray hair, which is wildly disheveled, and in his hand he's holding some kind of device that apparently shoots fire. Because you see the tip still smoking. And he looks down at you, which is weird for gnome. And he says, well, get up. We need to get out of here.
I scramble up and oh my word, I'm so happy to see somebody else here. Do you know what this is? Where am I? What is this?
There's
Thank
no
you
time
so
for
much
that.
for
Come on.
saving me.
Follow me. And he runs back into the alleyway. You hear
him.
more of those creatures starting to gain on you, and you are actually a bit faster than he is, but he's running rapidly through the alleyways towards the shantytown in Brester. You've never been there before, but or you might have. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I might have, but
like I said before, some of the angles are wrong, so he seems to know his way around here, and he dives into around corners, and he rapidly progresses, and you hear those creatures following you. They actually smash into walls a couple of times because they fly so fast that they can't make the same turns he does, and at some point you see the gnome take a flask from his belt, and he holds it to the device that he was carrying, and there's this cloth that starts to burn, and he suddenly stops and he throws the glasses of the vial past you, and there's this massive explosion of fire that obliterates the group that's following you. And he stands still for a moment, and as if he's listening for something, and he says, "This way," and he starts running again.
I keep following him.
Well, you follow him
silence.
for quite a while, 5 minutes or something, and at some point you come to an alleyway, and he starts to push at some garbage. It looks like these planks and barrels, and he pushes them away, and then he takes away a cloth, and there's this trap door, which he opens, and he says, "Inside, quick."
I go inside.
He follows you, and you have
Like
to walk down.
he might still change into some biting abomination, but at this point I don't care. I trust this man, this person completely at this moment.
Well, you get downstairs. The stair is all with the slanted, and doesn't seem right, but he closes the trap door, and he follows you downstairs. It's lit there, and it looks like a basement of some kind, and there's a bed and a desk with candle on it, and a chair, and it's a bit of a mess actually. Make a perception check.
Ooh, 18 plus
18.
2, I think it was. So that's 20.
20. Well, you look around, and there's this improvised bookcase, and on the side of the bookcase, you can see a lot of scratches, as if he was counting something. And there's a lot of scratches.
Like estimation.
Say 500.
Okay. I look around for any place to sit, or
Yeah, but you can. There's a crate you can sit on. There's the bed or the chair. He just walks down and he pays not that much attention to you, and he puts off the backpack and sets it against the wall. And you actually hear it's made of metal. It's like these two big tubes, that cylindrical things that he tied together with stuff.
those are quite nice inventions you're carrying around there.
Ah, thank you. I'm pretty proud of them myself.
I am Oddleif Hrafnsvaengur. What might your name be, good sir?
Well, he comes closer and closer, and he looks at you. Then he pokes at you. Are you real?
Yes.
Then why
I
is your hair
am.
blue?
I painted it. Dyed it. I dyed my hair blue.
Cool, I like it. I'm Fennec. Fennec Brassfold.
Fennec Breastfold.
Brassfold. Brass, like the material brass.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Fennec, for saving me in that
Yeah,
alleyway.
What were you doing? I mean, you were
Well-
heading straight towards those salads. Are you insane?
Straight towards the what?
Zealots. Yeah, I call them zealots because they zealously want to kill you.
You call the flying things salads.
No. Call them eyeballs.
Makes sense. Who are these zealots? Are they people?
I think they used to be, maybe. I don't know. They look like people.
Where do
These
they?
hulking armor sets walking
Where
about.
do they hole up then?
Well, around the gate.
I was trying to make my way towards the square, which should have a church.
Ah, yeah, it does. Yeah, they're there too. Why do you
I was
want to go
trying
to
to get a
church?
look at. I was trying to get a look at the church
Why?
because everything is wrong here, and I was wondering what kind of effect that would have on the divine. And
Well, there's no divine here.
no Aedon, no other gods, no nothing. The church, I mean.
Well, I'm kind of sure that the thing outside might have been a god.
What thing?
You know, the corpse?
The big shaped orb thing.
Orb
Cylinder.
thing?
The cylinder.
No,
the cylindrical thing.
yeah, those were legs.
Those. I haven't. Those were legs.
Yeah, I don't know. It either was some kind of huge statue or it's actually a corpse. And considering this place, I'm thinking corpse.
Did you get a good look at it then?
Yeah, I took a glimpse at it from afar, but some higher up place. You know, from rooftops stuff. And I eventually figured out it was actually a humanoid shape that crashed into the city.
I don't want to be. I don't want to assume too much, but I'm guessing you've been here for a while.
Yeah, at least 2 weeks.
I look over at the scratchings.
Or was it
on
years? Wait, I don't know. What day is it?
I don't know what day it is actually. Oddleif probably knows. But,
Yeah, so it's okay. So that's the
I
day.
think you told us at the first day and I wrote down that date.
Yeah. I'm not even
Of
sure.
the
Yeah,
day that we started, but then I lost track of the number of days.
not many days have passed. I'm
And-
not gonna look
and
it
I
up either, but
forgot
I
to
have
find
it
my
written
notes.
down somewhere, so don't worry. And you tell it to him, and he starts to. You see him frown for a bit, as if he's having difficulties to calculate something. And then he nods and he says, "Yeah, it's definitely been 2 weeks or years, one of those two. I'm not sure. Months?
Okay,
I don't know. I'm not
You've
sure
been-
time works the same here.
but you've survived for a long time then. Here.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you the only person here?
Well-
Have you ever seen any other people except for the zealots?
Not like you. I mean, those zealots don't strike me as people. They seem kind of mindless. But there are other creatures. Yeah, there's a whole plethora of creatures here. It's very scary. I mean, you should see those. I call them wraths because they are very wrathful if they see you. They have 4 arms. They have weapons, and they have this weird bulldog-like head. And they look kind of mad when they see you. I mean, those zealots just purposely want to kill you, but those rods, they're actually mad that you exist or something. I don't know. Stay away from them. It's not smart.
4
And then you have
arms,
the skyfish and the sky snakes, the sky
skyfish.
whale. There's a sky whale. You see it?
No, I've not seen it. I've seen the skyfish and the sky eels. Sky whale.
And then there's the eye. Do you see the eye?
I did see the
Ah.
eye in a building.
No, I mean the eye in the sky, like where the sun should be.
I've not seen an eye in the sky.
The sun is still there. Does it still exist where you come from?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
I've
I like
only...
I like the sun. That was always made me feel all warm. It's nice.
Where were you
Have-
from originally?
Here, Rester.
You were from Brester. And how did you get here?
Oh, that's a funny story, actually. No, it's not funny. It's horrifying. Horrifying it was. No, I think I died.
You died and you came here?
Yeah, maybe. I don't really understand it, but for a while I thought I was dead. But if I'm dead, then why are they trying to kill me? I mean, that would be weird. Are you dead? Did you die?
I mean, I hope not. I guess not.
Then did a plant bite you?
No.
Okay,
Did the plant
because
bite
that
you?
happened to me.
How did
I
you
was
die? You were
Yeah,
bitten by
well,
a plant.
I got this. You see, I'm kind of an inventor. And he points at
see.
everything around. You see more
Yeah.
contraptions lying about. Most of them are unfinished. But as a hobby, I was also kind of a botanist. And I got this very, very special seeds from Salford.
Yeah.
And I planted them, and these plants grew, and they were very nice. And I was watering them one day when one bit me, and then I became very sick, and I think I died in my bed and ended up here. Well, not here, but in what should have been my house.
Have you heard of the dark delirium?
Well, that plague. Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
So
It was like 6 years ago.
didn't Salford get swallowed by a wound?
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
And you got the seeds from
Inside
the
the wound.
wound.
Yeah, that's what made them so special.
and dangerous.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, you're right. Should have known that.
Okay, so you got seeds from Sulford, you planted them, plants grew out of it, and they bit you. You got sick. Probably with something akin to dark delirium. You might have
I don't
died,
know. I can't
and you came
remember
here?
a rage, and I'm not blind, am I? Or am I? Is your hair really blue? That's weird.
I dyed it blue.
Oh yeah. Well, I died. Just died.
Yeah.
I think.
You
Maybe
can
not.
still
Maybe I
see-
didn't die, but...
You can still see some black
Oh yeah.
where you can see my original hair.
Yeah, my hair is also black. It's not.
What color is his hair?
His hair is grey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah. Okay. That's a really strange story.
It's a
I
really strange world.
got too curious and looked at a magical item that I recently, which was handed over to me to keep safe. And I thought in order to be better at keeping it safe, I should understand it more. And I tried to investigate it. And
Ah, curious
I ended
mind.
up
I can
here.
appreciate that.
yes,
Do you have it with you?
Curiosity killed the owlbear.
Yes. Do you have it with you?
No,
Maybe we
it
can
disappeared.
use it to get out.
I had hoped, but no. It disappeared as soon as I arrived here. It was a shard of glass. It was clear glass. In my mind, it has a purple hue to it, but I think you described it as being clear glass.
It was clear, but when you look through it, the
everything
stuff you
became-
saw on the other side of
Yeah.
the... Like,
at the hue,
the same
that it
color
has
you
now.
see now everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
So is he also? And when I look at my own hands and stuff, is it also this?
yeah, that's
hue
just the light here.
because of the light.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I think we should definitely get out of here. But like from this, wherever we are. What have
Yeah.
you learned from this place? Except for all the things that try to kill you.
Well, everything tries to kill you. Don't drink the water. I have some water here. You can purify it, but it's highly flammable.
The water here? Yeah.
Yeah. I went to the river a couple of times, and I gathered some water. This is stuff flying around. Let me look. As far as I can see, there's no way out. I mean, there was no way in, so how should there be a way out? You know? But there's
we are
really
here.
weird stuff lying about everywhere.
What kind of weird stuff?
Well, things that should not be here. Yes. I don't know.
Show
It's
me.
it's
Can
really
you-
weird. Well, I mean, like this this piece of rock I found. Let me look for it. And he starts to rifle through his stuff, and at some point he takes out a stone. It says, "Huh? Shouldn't be doing that." And you see that this bluish light blue light is coming off the stone. That's new. Here, look. And he shows you the stone, and there's this weird rune carved into the stone that lights up.
Do I recognize the rune?
No. Yeah, you can make an Arcana check,
Yeah. I would love
but
to
there's
know
no
what
instant
it's gonna be.
recognition.
That's a 5 plus 2 is 7.
7. No, then you have no idea.
No.
Okay, that's weird.
So I didn't do this
Glow.
before?
No.
Might be important then.
It's because of you. I mean, your hair is also blue. Oh, but you
my
died
hair-
yet. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
My hair is black.
Yeah, sorry, I've been here for a couple of days, so yeah, it gets kind of confusing at some point.
So, do you have any other things that you found? Strange things here?
Well, everything's strange here, so yeah,
but
I collected.
I didn't find any items or anything. All the rooms that I've been in seem to be bare and weird. But
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's kind of an imperfect reflection, isn't it? Like someone tried to recreate this from memory and had to fill in the blanks, so I'd say. But I'm not sure. Yeah, it's like an echo of our world.
I like the term reflection.
We come from the same world, right? I mean, you look human.
I assume. Yeah, I am human.
Okay.
I'm from Estes.
Yeah. Okay.
Ruled.
Yeah. So am I. Yeah. Well.
Ruled by our queen. I spent some time at court. I'm a writer.
A writer. Okay. So you're an artist.
Yeah, you could say that. And I dabble in the collection of knowledge, mostly of the arcane kind.
Oh, I like arcane kind. I make arcane devices.
Ah, that's well.
Arcane stuff. Are you hurt?
But I
by the
saw
way?
you.
Are you wounded?
Yes,
I have
am.
something for that. Wait, let me look. And he starts to rifle through his stuff again, and then eventually he realizes that it's on his belt. So he takes something from a pouch and he opens it, and he dips his finger in some gooey stuff, and he takes them out and says, "Where are you hurt?"
Here, and I show him the spot where the thing latched on and bit me.
Okay, well, he pokes his fingers on it and he rubs in the salve, but you can actually see the wounds instantly close and heal up.
Wow, thank you very much. Did you
heals
also find it here?
For 7 HP.
7 HP, then I'm back to full and with access, but access doesn't exist, so I'm back to full.
Well,
Thank you so much. I feel so much better already. Did you find that here as well?
Yeah. At least, I found some ingredients for it. I made it myself. Took some work in cleansing, but you know, like the water, stuff is the same, but it's not, and you can make it as it should be, but you have to manipulate it. Purified.
I mean, you must be quite the craftsman if you were able to make this in this unknown world.
You flatter me, yeah.
Well, I mean, do you have any more of that?
Yeah, sure. A little bit.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
But why does the stone glow? I mean, he holds it up to you again, and when you notice that when it comes closer to you, it actually starts to glow more.
Well, I mean, did you try and investigate it?
Well, usually it glows when those creatures are nearby.
Well, I'm not one of those creatures now, am I? Unless I...
Are you sure?
One was here.
Are you sure?
Sure about what?
You're not one of those creatures.
I am not.
I mean, like, really, really sure. Because I really need to know that.
I'm really sure.
I'd rather you tell me now than when you kill me in my sleep or something.
My name is Oddleif. I'm from Estes. I'm from Hrafnsvaengur Island. I arrived here an hour ago.
Oh, I've been here for 2 hours.
Wait, if it's still within an hour...
Sorry, 2 days.
If it's still within the hour, did I see what the rune said with my comprehend languages?
No.
Okay. Do you mind if I take a look at that glowing stone?
Sure. I guess.
I take the stone
Okay.
in my hand,
Yeah.
look it over.
Yeah, it's it looks like it's a part of a whole. It looks like it broke off from something.
Okay. Do you mind me taking 10 minutes?
No.
And I sit down and I put the stone in front of me and start to... I take out a book from underneath my cloak, flip to some pages, draw some patterns on the floor with some chalk, and I ritual cast Detect Magic.
Well,
Thomas.
yeah, there's the stone is magical, and it seems to be well, it's conjuration magic, but it you see the magic kind of bleed, like like it's not a closed magical room.
Where did you find this?
Yeah, it's a difficult question. I think it was yesterday.
It might be super important that we find this. There might be
Oh,
other
now that you
pieces.
mentioned, I think I found this at the church. I mean, there was this zealot chasing me, and at some point he came in with his mace and he wanted to smash me, and I ducked, and he hit this thing, and I think it broke off the thing.
What thing? What did he hit?
This, yeah, it's kind of like a tablet, I guess, maybe.
Yes, that we should find that. Where is that?
In
In the
temple?
church?
I think so. Yeah.
Can you take me there?
You insane? I just told you that the zealot was chasing me around there.
Can we quietly make our way there?
Maybe.
So okay, here's my thoughts. In all honesty, I'm scared to death. I have no idea where I ended up. I don't know what this is. And meeting you, it's given me the first moment of normalcy. And I've only been here for an hour. You seem to have been here far longer than I have. But I do wish to return.
Yeah, I've been here
To our
at least
own.
twice as long as you, so I think you're right there.
Yeah. So
2 weeks now, I think. Yeah.
So we should try and gather as much information as we can to figure out how to get back. And this is the first, and I pick up the stone. This is the first thing that I have seen that I can interact with that has some magical properties and even has some language on it that we might read and understand where we are or what this is. The other option is go to the body of the dead god. That seems so weird. I just saw
Yeah, I'm
him
not sure.
through-
It's just really big, so I assumed it was a god. I don't know. I mean, they disappeared, right? Why not end up here, lying on top of a city? I mean,
Well,
makes as much sense as anything.
to be fair, where the gods ended up is definitely a big question on my personal agenda. So that might actually be really interesting if this is where they ended up. Also, if you contracted some form of the dark delirium and ended up here, then who
I
else
would
might
have been
have
blind, right?
Who else might have? Well, not if you would have died, and then this would have been a sort of afterlife.
Yeah, so this is hell.
No, it's not hell.
Well, would make sense if it is.
Yeah, but I didn't die.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Have I ever read? So I don't want to make any dialogue on my own knowledge, but do I know anything about other planes of existence at all from my studies or?
Yeah, they should exist.
Yeah, I know that.
But not
this
much
is like
is known
sort
about
of
it.
common
But
knowledge.
I mean, yeah, because Kiss, for example, is an
He's
otherworldly
from the
creature.
Feywild. Yes, yeah. He's from.
Well, Feywild is not something you should. That's maybe not that accurate because that's normal D&D lore. But
Yeah. Okay. So
let's just say Kiss is from
he's
somewhere
from
else.
another plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've probably yeah. So we might be on another plane of existence, which might include hell. So you might still be right.
Yeah, but it's more like a memory of our world because it reflects Rester.
I like the thing that you keep saying about reflections, because that was almost literally how I got here. Through looking at my own reflection in this magical piece of glass.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe.
But just because you got here by I don't call this world-abiding plant now, do I?
No, but you keep using the word reflection.
Yeah, because I know Brester, and this is Brester. Only it's all wrong.
Yeah. So, my thoughts at the moment are, we could either investigate the corpse, the god, the statue thing outside, see what we can learn. We could go to the church and see that tablet, which might be the strongest possible piece of information. Or have you ever come across any pieces of special glass?
No. Well, yeah, I found glass. There's some over there in the corner. But if you want to take a look at it, go.
I do want to take a look at it, but I'm assuming it's regular glass.
It's in that crate over there.
I walk over to the crate and look at the glass.
So it's filled with shards of glass. It looks like stained glass mostly, but there's some normal clear pieces as well.
How long does detect magic last?
10 minutes, if you keep concentrating on it.
So,
but if you look at the glass, then it doesn't seem to have magical properties.
No, so if I made a pass through, like looking at around the room, well,
yeah. When looking at his gear, though, when you look at him and what he's wearing and some of the devices he has lying around, you have the idea that they're all technological, but they seem to create magical effects, like that you've never heard of a salve. I'm waiting for the bike to pass.
I've my window open, otherwise.
Yeah, I figured. But you'd never heard of a salve that could cure wounds so quickly, instantly. And same with this, the thing he wore on his back. You've heard of spells that can create huge cones of flames, but not a device.
No. And do I catch anything magical from the items, or do they register?
Yeah, they seem to be of some magical. They have a spark of magic in them.
So, do I know of any? Like, I know magical items exist. I know probably that some strong.
Well, you know that. Make a wait before we do that. Make maybe a history check.
That's more my jam. History is a +4. Then I get a 15.
15. Okay, nice. Yeah, you know that the gnomes from no, I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but I think they come from Rechi. They they try to make magic with machines instead of being scholars. They call themselves artificers, and they create objects that produce magic instead of learning it from a spell book or stuff like that. But they use their innate connection with magic, channel that through machines, and produce effects like what you saw.
Yeah. And when I see that, I'm just make a sort of slight comment again about how impressive his gear is and his inventions.
Thank you. Yeah. I like your hair.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the glass is not magical. It's not the same glass. So, how would you feel about going on a trip?
Well, I'm not sure we should now, because I think the eye saw us. So we need to lay low for
The
a
eye
while.
the eye in the sky, you mean now? Or
Well, no. I don't think it looked at us, because we would have noticed it. This is a weird thing. You'll see it later.
I saw an eye in a building. A big eye.
Yeah, exactly. Something's always watching here. And where we are now, I don't think it can see us. I
Interesting.
mean, there's this presence going out through the city.
Oh. So, you want to wait then?
Sure.
What have you eaten here?
Well, I have these lovely mushrooms here. They don't seem to be that poisonous.
That's poisonous.
Well, yeah, the first time I ate them, I got really sick.
Okay. Well,
But I know how to prepare them now. So if you give me a moment, then
okay,
I'll.
well, I mean, I'm not that hungry yet. Actually, because I'm quite nervous and anxious, I'm not hungry at all at the moment.
Yeah, you'll get used to that. I mean, I'm anxious all the time. And I've been here for 2 months,
What more can you tell me about the 2 months? If we are going to wait anyway, would you mind telling me your story? Like what?
Well, yeah. Where to start? I mean, I woke up in my bed here, and everything was gone. Like my bed was still there, but everything else was gone.
This was your house in the real world as well?
No, not this. It's further in the city, but everything was gone. My wife was gone. All the people were gone, and I was all alone. So at first I thought I died, and I'm still not sure that I didn't. But my first trips outside were horrifying, so to say. I mean, I got some chance to look at some creatures and knew to stay away from them, but I had to gather food. I thought I could drink from the river, but I couldn't because it's poisonous. And I almost starved to death, and then I was attacked by those same eyeballs, but they can't stand the water from the river, so I threw it on them, and they flew away. I think it has some acidic properties as well, so that might have been why. And once, I thought I saw another person that turned out to be one of those zealots I was talking about. At one time I also saw this fleshy blob crawl through the streets. It was like slithering like a slug.
Was it big?
Oh yeah, it was big. All these mouths across its body, and
I've seen one of those before in the real world, actually.
Oh, okay.
Started creating a wound when it died.
Actually,
the place
now that
where
you
it
mentioned the
fell,
wound again, I thought I had woken up and the whole city of Brester had fallen into a wound. That's my first thought. But then I saw the big corpse, and I thought, I would have noticed if a giant titan-like creature would have fallen into the city. And the fact that all the people were gone and only these monsters remained made it really weird. Once I saw what I thought was a real person because it was speaking. But when I got closer, it looked like a woman, but it really wasn't, and it tried to catch me with some magic and stuff. But luckily, I know some magic as well, so I escaped from her as well.
Where did you see this woman?
I think it was close to the Mage Tower. So let's not go there.
No. I wasn't planning on.
Well, you do want to go to the temple. I don't know why, but okay.
Because I want to see if we can take a look at that tablet where this piece of stone broke off.
I might have to create a distraction then. I mean, those things aren't mindless, but they're pretty stupid.
Okay. I can not do a lot of... I can't cast any illusions, as it were.
No, I was thinking more of explosions. I like explosions.
I've seen, and you're quite good with them.
We can make a large explosion. I have some water lying around we can use. Should be in that barrel over there.
Do you have any...
Oh no, that one, the iron one, because the wooden one wasn't any good for water.
Any flasks or anything that I could carry some water with me? If you say that it's flammable and scares off the flying...
Oh yeah, sure, I should have some files. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would love to have some.
Okay. Well,
if you have any more of that healing self, I would also obviously like it if you have it around in spades.
No, I don't have it in spades, and I'd rather keep it on me if you don't mind.
Fair enough. If you that's enough for me. If I know that you have it with you.
Okay. Well, for now, let's just talk a bit and rest up a bit because we need to wait for everything to stop looking for us again. Because once they know they're there, they're relentless in their pursuit of you, and as long as we stay out of the eye, then eventually it loses interest, I guess.
All right. Well, I already told you my name. I was traveling with some people from Perrault. We were on our way to Brentwick. And on our way there, we passed through Brester, we were planning to stay at an inn for the night and then move on to Brestwick. And
Brentwick, yeah.
that's
They said Brestwick.
oh, Brester, Brentwick,
Yeah.
Brentwick. So
Yeah.
and I started to look at that magic item, and that's how I ended up here.
Yeah, that's interesting. But for now, I would cancel your trips. Won't your traveling companions come looking for you?
Well, they probably will, but I don't know how they will find
Don't
me.
think they should actually, but okay. I mean, yeah.
I don't know. We were traveling companions. We were, I wouldn't call
close.
us friends. Or
I guess so. I think my wife had to be looking for me at some point. I've been here for so long now.
but nobody ever came through. Nobody else was bitten by your plant.
No, I destroyed the plant.
Ah, yeah, makes sense. Smart. I don't know
I mean,
what happened to
the poison took like 2 days of to kill me. I guess, I don't know. Make the transition.
The piece of glass that I had dissolved in my hands, but that might have been the reflection of the piece of glass on this side. So the piece of glass might still be in the real world, and then they might pick it up and enter this world,
Oh, I hope not.
which would be bad.
I think so.
So I hope they don't do that.
Well,
Fennec,
I'm gonna
That's-
make something to create a distraction. So if you'll
Yeah.
excuse me, I'm gonna go to work for a
Yeah.
bit. Just make yourself
I-
comfortable,
I will.
and let's take a short break.
Yes. Cool.
Well, so the Fennec is starts to gather some stuff and tinker around, and he seems to be preparing small barrels of that water, and yeah, he seems really caught up in himself, and just ignores you for a while.
So I sat down cross-legged to when I cast the detect magic. I did get up to walk over to the glass shards, and then I moved back since and sat down again. And I just close my eyes and take this time to regain my used spell slot to try and get back my power. But I will also try to detect any, if I can feel, except for the thing around my arm, if I detect any other form of Othur's presence.
Well, it seems to be keeping quiet.
Okay.
I mean, you always feel some connection to him, especially through your chain around your arm, which he didn't seem to notice at all. That you have this spiked chain around your arm, and but you can still clearly see it constantly.
Yeah.
Other than that, you feel your link with him, but he's not paying any attention to you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I will do this on my own then.
Well, you're Fennec.
Yes, yeah, with Fennec. Okay, I'll just let him do his business. I take my rest as far as I can take it.
Yeah. Well, at some point he switches from tinkering on stuff to preparing a meal. He wasn't joking about mushrooms. He's this crate full of fungi, and he has this improvised oven, which he puts them in and roasts them. And at some point he hands you a plate. You're actually getting kind of tired. You estimated it would be evening, close to the night, even in the real world.
Okay.
Not saying that this isn't real, but
So I imagine we shouldn't go out at night, or does it ever change?
well, there's not really a night. I mean, it's always night unless the eye in the sky looks at you. Then it looks like day. But it's more because the eye sheds light everywhere it looks.
Okay. Did you ever? So the eye in the sky, did it ever look at you?
Well, I was in his gaze once, yeah. And that drew the attention of everything. So I
You were attacked then.
got the hell out of it. Yeah. I was chased by like everything, even the skyfish came down.
Okay. So the gaze of the eye, bad.
Yeah, but it doesn't look here that often.
Okay.
I mean, it has a whole world to see, so...
Okay. There's some rumbling around.
Yeah, it's okay, ignore it.
It's Fennec probably going through some stuff, building its equipment. Have you rested? I'm actually quite tired. For me, it's almost been a day since I last rested.
Yeah, well, yeah, taking a good rest might be a good idea. I mean, the longer we wait, the more sure we can be that they are not paying attention to us anymore.
Would you mind me bedding down here for the night then?
Sure, but that's my bed. So
I
you can
wasn't-
sleep on the floor?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on taking the bed.
No, it's too small for you anyway.
Yeah, no, I'll just.
I have some blankets.
Oh, if you have, that would be great.
Yeah, he gathers some pieces of cloth and stuff and gives you something to lie on.
Yeah, I just fold some stuff to lie on and then wrap.
I actually
myself.
found this stuff. All the stuff you see here I found here. So there is
stuff
some stuff lying around.
and things.
Yeah, and things.
Things. and
Sounds like
stuff.
someone else would say, I don't know.
I know. Okay. Yeah, I wrap myself I curl up in my cloak while I lay on the other pieces of cloth.
Well, it takes a while, but eventually you fall asleep. And
Yeah, I'm not when obviously my mind is racing when I lay down for the night, and I'm not very comfortable. I feel like I need to keep one eye open because I don't trust the world. I trust Fennec, but yeah.
it's a funny
so-
choice of words, because your sleep is very restless, and at some point you think you had a nightmare, but when you wake up, the only thing you can remember is this giant eye, this black eye staring at you, and really, really focusing its gaze on you, and then you startle awake.
Completely black.
No. It's like with the sclera is
Yeah, black with
the irises are yellow. The
iris,
same,
yeah, the slit.
the same eyes you have seen everywhere.
Yeah.
Only this one was, you were tiny in comparison to it. Like, not even the size of a mosquito compared to it.
Okay. Is Fennec awake?
No, he's lying in bed, snoring loudly.
I would just sit up and close my eyes in sort of meditative sitting position and patiently wait for him to wake up with my spear across my legs.
Yeah, well,
and while I do that, I try to, I think deep and hard and try to think of any stories that I might have read or books or things that I might have read that describe this sort of world. Either people that had nightmares or say they had been to a world with some purplish hue or the weird.
Well, make a history check.
Ooh, yes. That's a natural 20. But that except for it being a high score. That would be 24 in total.
24.
For history.
That's very nice. It reminds you of those excerpts you read about people who went into or survived wounds. Like the history of Salford and the stuff that happened there. And I remember him saying that he thought he woke up in a wound. And everything seems very similar to a wound.
So it seems like I'm in a wound, except that there was no wound in Brester.
Exactly.
Okay.
But even the mutated life forms and everything corrupted and weird. Like even some people that went into wounds even described the sky as the same color as here, like that purplish, bluish.
Okay. Interesting. Starting to develop some sort of working
theory.
Working theory. I always assumed that the wounds were a corruption of the land there, but maybe that corruption is already there and it sort of bleeds into the real world. I don't know. Maybe it's like I'm thinking. Well, I don't know what I'm thinking. It's so bad that it doesn't. I wanted to try if
the camera can't focus on it. It's facial recognition, so it focuses on faces and doesn't die.
Well, I mean, it's my. I'm using my telephone as a camera, but the icons are really nice because they have small ravens on them, or I mean, they have birds on them that spread wings, and the natural 20 is a really cool symbol. So, anyway,
at some point, Fennec wakes up and he stretches out and he wishes you a good morning. You can even call anything a morning here. And he takes a small knife from his desk and he carves another thing into the bookcase.
Yeah.
And then he mushrooms for breakfast.
Well, I'll take anything that you offer. So
well,
if it's mushrooms,
choice
then
of mushrooms or mushrooms. So I'm gonna make some mushrooms. And
And when he
Get the exact
brings
same
over the
stuff as the
mushrooms,
evening.
then if you allow me, I can flavor them for you.
oh, sure.
I use prestidigitation to change the flavor into it resembling some form of eggs and bacon or fancy breakfast. And I do the same for myself.
Yeah, I know it's not real, but it tastes really nice.
That's the least that I can do. Thank you so much for your hospitality and your kindness and for saving me. And for helping me. But I guess you're also helping yourself because we should both get out of here. Let's try and get out of this thing that we are. Is the world a plane? I don't know. But
It's a nightmare.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we sneak towards the square. We plant the explosives on the other side of the square. We move back and we use magic to cast the set off the explosion. And then those zealots that are guarding the church should move there, and we can sneak in behind them.
Okay, I can take care of probably igniting the trap from a good distance. I have to warn you that I'm probably not really good at being stealthy because I never did it, so I actually don't know if I'm good at it. But
Well, I
I mean,
learned some
I can-
things here, but I was never good at it before either. You'll learn quickly enough, don't worry.
okay, just a fair warning.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's.
So, you wanna? Yeah, well, I'm suggesting we don't use the gate. I found a way we can climb over the wall somewhere, but it's still a bit tricky.
We have to
But-
go outside of the gate.
No. If we go through the gate's also guarded by those zealots.
Yeah.
Those guys are everywhere around the square. But if we use the wall, they don't patrol the wall. So we can climb
Okay.
over the wall, get down on the other side, and then make our way. We should end up behind the temple itself. So
Okay. I'll
Please.
I'll let you take the lead.
when we don't end up behind the temple, we still have some roads to cross. But from the wall, we should also see get a better vantage point of the thing lying over the city.
I'm taking a look at it now. So that's 5. That's 3. So we're going to
Number 2.
Yeah.
And you should be somewhere in Shipton now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. All right. I'll let you take the lead, and I'll follow you.
Okay, well, you go outside and he's just slowly walking through the alleyways. Once you get to the larger streets, he stands still and he takes quiet looks around. He always keeps an eye towards the sky as well. And when you have to cross those streets, he quickly runs. So you make your way throughout Shipton, a little bit more to the north, and at some point you come to it's a large building. It's probably a warehouse or something. It has these large open doors, so you can just walk inside the building. I said, okay, we should... by the way, now you can see what he was talking about with the eye in the sky. Because where there should be a sun, there's this giant eyeball. Like
And
this
is it
black
black
with yellow.
eyeball?
But you can actually see this, I think they even call it God rays, like this
Yeah,
this spotlight shining on the land where it's looking. And it's looking far north of where you're at. So
a bit like a thing from another fantasy franchise that we will not.
yeah.
mention,
Oh,
just
I get.
because
Yeah, I
maybe
get. I
it's the
think I know what
movie.
you mean. But that one was atop a tower or something, right?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
tower. Yeah,
This
Tower
one
King.
is far larger and far
Yeah,
far
this
higher in the
actually
sky.
is far.
And
Yeah.
well, if it ever should look at the city, it will encompass the whole city. It will
Alright, so
in
it's
its light.
already-
It's
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's actually really like a spotlight shining onto the land. That's why you called it daylight.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So while we're walking, and when I feel that there's an opportunity to do so quietly, I mean, I'm not going to yell it out to him on the street, but I do ask him if he ever dreamt of or had nightmares of the eye in the sky.
Oh yeah, sure. I've had nightmares about just about everything here.
Yeah, but the feeling of being watched by the eye in your sleep.
Yeah, but I know that feeling all too well. I feel that when I'm awake as well. But the route
Okay.
we have taken now shouldn't have taken us past any eyes.
Okay. They're always in the same spots then?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's eyes where on weird places like where windows or doors or I mean even signs and signposts, lanterns can contain eyes. But I know where most of them are. So, but they are always on the same spot. Not always open, but yeah.
Okay. I keep following him.
Yeah, climb up here, and he points to a crooked ladder that goes to a second floor of this warehouse. Yeah, it's actually locked in place, but it looks
Okay.
really
Dingy.
dingy, and like everything else, the angles are wrong.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
that's might even be why it's so locked in place, because it's
Okay, I climb it. Climb the ladder.
yeah, okay, this way, and you walk a bit further into the building, and you come to another ladder, a smaller one that goes up, and another one that goes up, and then you eventually reach the roof of this building. And then you're actually standing next to the city wall. Like there's this small tower to the left of you, but that's a bit higher. But you can see that he already has a rope that's drawn down the wall, and he gives a few tugs at it, and he says, "Should still hold."
Okay, I never did this, but
Yeah,
I'll-
just put your foot on the knobs and climb up. It's
Yeah.
not that hard. I'll go
my
first.
feet
Don't worry.
up. I'll watch him do it first, and then
Well, he actually goes up rather rapidly, and once he's up top, he disappears from sight for a moment, and then you see his head appear, and he gives you a thumbs up.
grab hold of the rope and try to climb it. Place my feet in the spots where he put his, as far as I can. With the
Make an
difference in,
athletics check.
Yeah, I was afraid of that because athletics, not my
Forte.
not my strength.
No. Yeah. oh, interesting pun.
Yeah. Okay. It's a total of 1.
A total of 1. Wow.
Yeah.
Did
It
you
was
roll
a
a
2.
1? Or, it was a 2. Okay.
Minus 1. So
Well, then you can make a dexterity saving throw.
should be better at that. 19.
19.
Plus,
Okay.
I think it was 3. So that's 22.
Well, at some point your feet slip away, and you actually start slide down, and your hands travel through these knots, which hurts a lot, but you manage to get a grip again, and you see him looking a bit panicked, and he says, slowly, take your time. We are not in a rush. We are actually, but don't worry about it.
I wait a moment, and then I gather myself, and then try to go up the rope.
Okay. You're a bit more careful now, and eventually you get the hang of it, and climb up. You reach the top, and then you can you look over the city. The Shipton and Brestoport actually are a bit lower than city proper, so you can look over the whole district from there, and the river. And he wasn't joking. It's actually a really large humanoid form that's lying over the city. Its legs and feet are on the other side of the river, actually, and they seem to and he fell backwards onto the city. In the distance, you can see the Mage Tower, and there's no other. It probably penetrated him because it's still sticking out, and you see it, or her, by the way, you can't make out.
It's going like through the chest, or.
I think it's still the side, like around its kidneys.
And do they still have a face?
No, the face should be somewhere way beyond the city walls.
Okay, I can't see it from here.
No, it's that huge. It's like it's really titanic. It's
and is it all one color?
No, it's clothed. It's wearing some kind of toga like thing, like the ancient Romans wore here, and it looks like it has a light blue skin, so it's white with blue.
Okay.
It's really weird, and it makes the perspective of this whole place. It makes you feel really small.
I try to take it all up, and as I see it now, does it seem to me like it was a statue, or that it might have been a living thing more?
If it was a statue, it was really, really well done, especially for its size.
Yeah. So I'm gathering this might be. Have I ever heard of any creature that might be? I mean, I might have heard of giants or anything.
But the giant is nothing compared to this. I mean,
no, I understand, but did I hear of anything that, like, this?
Yeah. Make a history check.
That's 10 plus 4 is 14.
No, never heard anything of the sort. This is completely new.
This is madness. Okay. Just try to take in the view and sort of make mental notes. So, through which area is the body?
Well, it lies over Brester Port, all the way through Mariner's Tay, through it's a bit diagonal, through the tower. It crosses the park still, with its upper torso, and then somewhere where the road is should be where its head ends up.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I take the mental note and then follow Fennec, who was probably waiting for me.
Yeah, it's this way, and you walk a bit more north along the wall until you come next to a higher building, but it's not higher than the wall. It's slower. And he says, Yeah, we can either climb down and make a drop, or we can jump to that building.
I'm not very good at jumping.
Yeah, the drop is kind of high though, but if we aim for ground, we should be fine, right?
I'll try to. I will follow you. Whatever you think is wisest. You've survived here for a long while, so.
Yeah, the problem is we can't go back the same way. We might have to run through the gates to get back.
Then run we shall.
Okay. Well, I'll go first then. And he climbs down on the rope that's hanging there, but it doesn't reach the ground. And at some point he looks down and he's still pretty high up, and he lets go and he falls to the ground and tries to break his fall by rolling, which he succeeds at. So.
Okay.
Then it's your turn.
Yeah, then I go. I climb down and just try to go as low as possible. Should probably be a bit less high of a fall than.
Yeah, but you're still gonna have to make either an acrobatics check or a dexterity check.
I'll go for the dexterity then.
Because you don't have acrobatics.
Because I have a... Oh, no,
It's an ability check, not a saving throw.
Yeah, so I have a +1. No. So acrobatics is dexterity, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't have proficiency in it anyway. That's a 3.
3. Oh,
+1 is 4 in total.
Yeah, that kind of hurts. You take 7 damage from falling.
What?
Yeah.
7 damage?
Yeah, you really you fall into the ground and you twist your ankle and you yell out in pain and he says, "Shh. You okay?"
No, I'm not okay.
Okay, wait. Do you need some of that salve?
Yes, I'm more now than I was from the eyeball bite.
Yeah, I told you it was a big drop. Come on, man. Woman, I don't know. You are a female, right? It's been a long while since I saw a female, so. Well, here, he dips his finger in the stuff again and he rubs it on your ankle and restores 6 of the hit points. Okay, let's not do this again, because I don't have an endless supply.
No, I know, I understand.
Okay.
I'll try to do my best next time. Let's go.
Yeah, this way. If you go north here, you'll probably encounter some of those Wrath guys. They seem to gather around that. You know where the garrison is? Cobalt Shield. Yeah, I think they established a base there or something. Or they are what goes for the blue shield here, or the Cobalt Shield here. I don't know, but let's not go that way.
No.
So you make your way south, and he still tries to go through the small alleyways and avoid the larger streets. And at some point he says, go over there. And he points at a building, and you can see there's an eye in one of the windows, which is just passively looking around a bit. Yeah, we have to pass that without getting noticed.
Okay.
So
we move.
I'll go first, show you where to go, and then you follow. You have to time it just right. Just study its patterns, and there we go. Yeah.
I understand.
So, take my lead. And he starts. He waits a while, and then suddenly he starts sprinting, runs really fast to the other side of the road, and hides behind the wall.
Okay. While he was doing that, I was also trying to figure out any pattern to the movements of the eye, to try and see what my time window is for moving and when I should move.
Yeah. Make an intelligence check. I'm thinking if there is a skill that would be appropriate for this. Maybe investigation. I think investigation might be the best.
I rolled a 4.
You rolled 4.
Yeah, +2 is 6.
Yeah, you have no idea what he was talking about. If there's a pattern, you can't discover what it is. So I guess you just have to wing it.
Yeah. I'll wait then until it's looking at my direction, and as soon as it moves its eye away from my direction, I'll start running.
Okay. Then make a stealth check. Oh god.
6.
6. Wow. Well, as soon as you start running, the eye looks at you, and he keeps following you as you cross the street. And when you reach him, he says, "And did he see you?"
Yeah, he saw me. I'm sorry, I'm not left. I'm so sorry. He looked straight at me while I was running.
Shit.
What do we do?
Run!
Should we
And he just bolts away.
I run after him.
Okay. I guess we have to take the detour now. So he winds through the streets, and he seems to have some kind of getaway route. But you start noticing that you actually go further away from where you want to go than towards that. And at some point you come through. You go uphill and you come to a larger road, and you can look down the road, and at the end of the road is the square. But what's more is that you see this large building where there's multiple figures moving about. And they're kind of far away, but from his description earlier, you can decipher that these are those rods he was talking about.
Yeah, so
because they have 4 arms, they're wielding weapons, and they're just slowly marching about the place. And sometimes when they encounter each other, they exchange a few blows and then keep moving again. They attack each other, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, we kind of need to go past them.
How many were there?
I counted 6. How many did you count? I mean, I don't think we can handle 1, so it doesn't matter how much there are.
So you want to run past them? Through them?
No, around them. So we need to cross
we
here,
sneak around.
and then we go further around. And hopefully, I think that other place is swarming with eyeballs now, so...
Lead the way.
Okay, this way. And he runs across the road, and really fast. And you do the same, I guess?
Yeah.
Do you do it fast or stealthily?
If he's going fast, then I'm going fast.
Okay, he's going fast.
Yeah.
Well, you run and you keep your eye on those things slumbering about there, lumbering about. And you get the feeling that one looked at you for a moment, but doesn't react.
Okay.
And you keep winding through the streets, and eventually you come to a point where you're actually on the square, but you're on the wrong side of the square. At least you're at the north side, so to say. If you look at the map, you're somewhere. We can do it here, but that doesn't give us that much room to.
Okay, just tell
move with.
you. So get me to a point where we need to go, where we can go into the church.
Well, I was thinking there, and he points to the other side of the square. You can see the church. The church is now on your left hand, left hand side, and you can actually see those zealots he mentioned standing there, and you can discern them pretty. They're standing completely still. At first, you think they're statues, but once you take a look at them, they're actually you know that those are not statues, because they have they look like full-plated humanoids. They wear a helm which has kind of a spiked crown and 3 blades that point downwards that make up its visor. But the inside is really black, like there's nothing inside but complete nothingness.
Okay.
It's not even hollow, it's just nothingness inside. Their pauldrons have these rows of sharp blades drawn protruding from them, and their gauntlets are these sharp clawed hands, and they have a blade that comes from their wrist that points well beyond their elbows. Their chest plate looks solid and emphasizes their muscles, if they even have them. But you can see that there's a rib cage made on top of it, like a relief of it, and the sternum is replaced with a really elongated eye. A long slitted eye, like you've seen before. Only not yellow, but just the same blackish, grayish color as the rest of his armor. Okay. On his belt, you can see this gaping maw with razor sharp teeth protruding from it. Also not animated or anything, but just an image of a mouth with sharp teeth, completely round. And its legs are also plated with boots that reach well onto his knees, with also the similar blades as he's wearing on his shoulders. And they just stand there, and they're holding, both of them are holding a giant two-handed mace, but not mace with a ball, but with axe blades. Like 8 axe blades, nice. on top of the ball.
Yep. Yeah. I can see it. Well.
Yeah, and you can actually see it kind of close by now.
I think we already established that I'm not very good at being stealthy. So I was thinking, the closer I get to the church, if you place the explosives quietly, come back to me, then I can set them on fire. I mean, would they... That's not entirely true. Would any force cause it to explode?
Yeah.
Or do you need fire?
It's pretty volatile.
Okay. So I could light it from a pretty far distance then.
Yeah, probably.
Let's say about 120 feet. Do you think that's smart?
I don't think anything about this is smart, but sure.
Okay. So is this the closest that I could get to the church then?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think. Yeah, that this is if we run, this is the shortest distance we have to run towards the church, and we can
Okay.
just run up to the steps and just go inside, and
Okay.
hope there's nothing in there.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll wait for you to place the explosive. Come back
Okay.
and tell
Then-
me.
You stay here. I'll be
Yeah.
back in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes back into the alley and he circles. You lose sight of him pretty quickly. And that's you waiting there.
Yeah, I wait. I try to see if I can spot him anywhere.
No, because he isn't crossing the square itself. He's just taking the long way
No,
around.
I know, but if I see him, come from some alleyway.
Yeah.
To place the explosive.
You can make a perception check to see if you can see him.
That's 18.
18.
Let's check. Perception.
Well,
Yeah, that was a 16 plus 2.
at some point you see him moving all the way on the other side of the square, and he's setting up these barrels against the building, and eventually he's done, probably, because he turns around and he disappears into the alleyways again. Those things don't react to anything. And the square itself is completely empty. It's you see only those two things.
Okay. I wait for him to return.
Well, he returns after some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shall I try and let them erupt?
I think now
Is
is
there,
as good a time as any.
Then I'll try and shoot a Eldritch Blast at it from this distance.
Okay.
Ooh, 19 plus 5 is 24.
Wow, that's spell sniper over here. That's,
Yeah,
nice.
Eldritch Blast. Oh, only 2 damage. But
Well, that's more than enough.
Eldritch Blast has been doing really well for me.
It's twice the damage you had to deal.
Oh, that's good to know.
Well, that sets off an explosion, and it's a ridiculously large explosion. I mean, Michael Bay proportions. It's
I took some of those files with me, by the way.
I know.
He told me I
Yeah.
could take some files, but
I know. I don't know why you run with them, but okay. Anyway,
Ooh,
there's this
that's-
huge
That's a
explosion,
good point.
and actually the front of the building completely collapses, and that does draw the attention of those two zealots that are standing outside on the stairs, and they don't look emotionally affected by that at all, but you see their heads spin around and they start marching at the same speed towards towards the explosion.
Okay, I guess this is our time to go.
Yeah, that was the signal.
Yeah, and I run.
You run towards the temple. I've completely forgotten to describe the temple. It's this large marble building with steps leading up towards it, and there's these just big pillars that hold up the porch. I guess it's a bit of an old Greek
Does it have a
temple.
tympan, like a triangular?
Yeah, like triangle. You mean?
Is it
no,
Ionian
it doesn't
or
have that.
Corinthian pillars?
Well, No, because once you get closer, you can actually see that those pillars end in tentacles that curl around and hold up the roof. And you can see that the relief on the front of the porch is not a triangle, it's a rectangle. And you went through the city before and you saw this nice logo of this icon of Aedon etched into the marble. But now you just see that same eye as the eye in the sky etched into the marble. And you didn't really notice it before, but the whole temple is not the same as it is in the real world. Actually, the temple does have the correct perspective and lines, and everything seems right with the temple, except that it's not the same temple.
Okay, it's a different temple, but the temple is normal in the sense.
Yeah, it's exactly the same building, but everything else is different. Like all the artwork.
So it is the same building.
It is the same
the building. Looks the same. Just the artwork, the icon, icon.
Everything. Yeah, it's to the most excruciating detail. Everything has been altered, or is different than it should be in the real world.
All right. I take note of that while I'm running.
And you actually didn't go into the temple before, but you enter in this. You run up the stairs and you pass through this enormous archway with double doors in it, but doors are open, and you come inside. And inside the hallway, you have this grand hall that splits in two, and then goes around like this middle part before you enter the grand. I'm not sure what it's called in the church, but this huge hall where they hold their masses and stuff like that. Yeah. And as you enter, there's this huge transcription on the wall. And at first you think, oh, those are the 8 tenets of Aedon, just like in the real world, but they actually read something else. Do you pause for that to read it? Yeah, if you want to. But
yeah, I want to. I mean, that's the whole thing. I'm here to read whatever I can read and gather as much information as I can.
Yeah, well, it's not weird that you think it's that it actually are the tenets, because there's 8 of them, and they have the same structure. Only these ones say, you will be zealous, you will be a liar, you will be greedy, you will be wrathful, you will be rash, you will be lavish, you will be restless, and you will be proud.
Does it say a name of anything?
No, there's nothing else.
There's just the tenets.
No, yeah, those are not the tenets of Aedon.
And what? No, I mean, but maybe there's the name of another god on there.
Nope.
So what language was it written?
It looked like human.
Common? Human?
No, human. Human is actually a different language than common.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Take a note of it. Go around into the main hall, main room.
Yeah. Yeah. That hall is grand. Like this huge hall with this very high ceiling. There's pillars all across the room. And at the end of the hallway, there's this dais with a speaker's table, but behind that speaker's table, you can see a large stone tablet. which is made from another stone as everything else here, because everything here is made from marble and is should be white, although it colors a bit blue purple here. There's this dome atop the hallway with a hole in it, so you can see the sky actually from there.
And presumably the eye, if it were right above that hole.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I keep following Fennec. As long as I don't see any other text or anything.
No, you see that there are these pedestals with that normally should hold statues, but you instead of statues you see these twisting tentacles, statues of tentacles. They're not real tentacles, but some of them have eyes all across them and end in one big eyeball. Others have mouths across them and end in a gaping maw. And others are spiked and in a razor sharp blade. And there's all variations of these things as decorations, even like these small chapels where you can worship a tentacle if you want. But I think your main focus is on the tablet. Fanning is being really careful because he's looking really paranoid and he's looking everywhere to see if he spots anything. What about you?
Well, I'm always mimicking Fennec in my mind. So if he's going fast, I'm going fast. If he's going slow, I'm going slow. If I see him crouching and sneaking his way, then I do the same. But I'm always looking around, trying to absorb as much as I can from everything around me.
Well, that's the stone I was talking about.
Okay, I look at it.
Yeah, well, you get what he meant because it's still quite a way away from you, but there is a big chunk smashed out of it.
Not just the part
the
that
left
I'm
side.
carrying with me.
No, but you see the other parts lying around there.
Okay. I move closer. Can I see can I read the glyphs, the runes on it? Is it big, by the way? Is it like on a wall? Is it?
No,
it's
actually well, do you go closer? It is big, but it's not on a wall. It just stands there in the middle of the.
Yeah, is it something that I could take with me more?
No. So it's way
big.
larger than you are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's like I think 10 feet high or something.
Okay.
And 5 feet wide.
I move closer, but is there a way that I can move closer and still remain hidden? Like, can I?
Yeah, well, there's these worship benches that you can go through, and you can then jump across every row of seats.
Yeah.
To get closer and closer.
Yeah, I'll try to make my way as stealthily as possible towards the stone, and I try to always make sure that there's something blocking me from any side from the door. If you know, like from any of the entrances.
Yeah.
The main entrances.
Well, I made a small mistake there because you asked me if you could read the glyphs on the stone, but there aren't any glyphs on the stone. But now that you go closer, they start to light up.
Okay, all right.
That faint blue light, which you can also see on the other stone, is coming from that stone now as you draw closer. It didn't do that before.
Is Fennec right behind me?
Yeah, he says it didn't do that before. It responds to
Curious
you.
indeed.
Why does it respond to you?
That's really weird. I don't know. I move closer then.
Yeah, they light up brighter.
Okay.
Do you have Arcana as one of your skills?
No, I'm not trained in Arcana. I'm
still
trained
gonna let
in-
you roll then, but yeah.
in history and in persuasion.
No, I want Arcana now.
So, okay, yeah. I mean,
Make an
I also
intelligence check.
I do have access to comprehend languages.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, come on, man. Do not disappoint me. I wish there was a camera on this one because I just rolled another natural 20 on this.
Nice.
So, yeah. I mean, you can't see it because it doesn't.
No, because all the ravens. No, but
That's crazy. So, sorry, because that's not an arithmetic success. That's +2, I said. So that's 22.
it's 22. Yeah. Well, it's not that weird that you can't read it because it's not actually a text. It's more. These are actual glyphs. Like they
That's
are a
cool.
spell,
Okay.
and yeah, you're not sure what the spell means, but there's something that draws you towards the tablet. And now that you get closer and closer, you can also see that the tablet is not standing on anything. It's actually floating a feet or two above the ground.
Was it,
Like this
was it,
massive stone thing just
was
hovers.
it floating before when you were here?
Yeah, it does that.
Okay, I move closer. But now I actually try to hold Fennec's hand if he will allow me to take a hold of his hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have his hand and I walk towards the tablet.
Whoa. Are you going towards the tablet now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just
This
sit
is-
here then.
I'd rather have you with me if something happens, but I mean this is the only lead that we have at the moment of a possible.
That's true. Yeah, I
I
don't
mean-
want you disappearing out me and not taking me with you.
That's why I want to hold your hand. If
Okay,
it's reacting
but-
to me specifically,
I think that this is what they are protecting, you know? And I think that they might notice if we get too close to it.
I have no idea. It might disintegrate us as soon as I touch it. I have no idea. But I mean, we need to try something, right? We don't want to be stuck here for 2 years. That would
Years?
Create I mean,
Wow.
I assume
No, I don't
that
want
you're-
to be stuck here for 2 years. That's way too
No.
long.
No, so
Okay, let's take a chance then. I trust you.
yeah. Okay, I hold his hand and I walk towards the tablet. Closer and closer.
Okay, you pass the speaker's table and you reach the tablet. You're now fully in the open. Like if anyone comes into the hall, they can see you. About the tablet, the all the glyphs on the tablet now flare up brightly and shine with the blue light, just because you're closed apparently. And what's even weirder, you don't still have that stone, right? He has
Yeah, I
it.
brought it with me. If he would have allowed me, I would have brought it with me.
Okay,
I
well,
would
that's
have tried
sure.
to
That
pocket
he
it.
does. He does. He's okay with that. But you can. The stone is in your hand, in your pocket. What
Yeah,
is it?
I know. I took it in my hand as soon as we approached this because
Well, if it's in your hand, then it actually yanks itself free from your hand, and it flies towards the tablet and locks itself somewhere. And you see the debris on the ground also rising up in the air, and just as a puzzle, it completes itself again, and you're standing there quite in awe of that happening.
yeah,
Those
no, yeah, my
things
eyes
now really
open
flare up.
in excitement actually with seeing this and seeing this powerful magic. And Fennec, there's two things I can do. I can either try and detect magic.
Wait. While you say that, you feel that you hold Fennec behind you, and you feel your arm go upwards. And you turn around, and you see Fennec hanging in the air. And from his chest, you see this claw protruding through him.
No.
And there's this giant figure. It kind of looks like one of those zealots, but it's bigger. Has a large double-handed sword on its back, and it wears a crown on his head that has razor-sharp knives on it. And instead of that visor with the blades running down, it has this large yellow eye in the middle. And as soon as you lock your eyes with that thing, the whole room lights up in one bright light. And from the hole in the ceiling, you can see the eye looking directly at you.
I keep holding on to the hand of Fennec.
Yeah, and he just hangs there and he gurgles. Oh,
and I touch the tablet. I touch the stone thing.
Then everything goes white. And we'll end the session here.
Oh man. That was awesome. Oh man, there's so much. I learned so much, and there's so much I wanted to learn. Panic better not die on me, man. It's my personal mission to bring him back to wherever we're going now.
Yeah.
I was about to tell him there's two things I can do. I can touch it and see whatever happens. Or I can detect magic and sort of try to discern what we're dealing with. Ah, man. Now I just want to continue playing.
Yeah, that's... No, this is it, man.
Damn you, Roger! Damn you! Yeah, awesome. That was great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Glad you enjoyed it. It was...
Yeah, I learned so much. And yeah, this will definitely have an impact on Oddleif, this experience.
I would imagine so. That,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
This was Oddleif's side adventure. And I guess we'll find out how it ends during the Precipice of Dreams live sessions.
Wow. Yeah, awesome.
I wonder what you can tell the rest. So, if you've made it throughout this entire video, thank you very much for watching. And stay tuned for the Precipice of Dreams to see how it ends. Or continues, actually.
Or actually, people might have already first seen how it ends and then later watched what actually happened.
Oh yeah, that's
in the
also
game.
it's weird. All that timey-wimey stuff with YouTube. Yeah.
I think that's probably the most likely. So if people have watched the Precipice of Dreams, then they already know how this ends, which is crazy. When you're watching this, you know how it ends, while me sitting here at this moment don't know what's going to happen next. So that's quite cool.
I wouldn't
He
be too
knows.
sure of that. It can happen. I don't know. We'll see.
He knows.
Maybe you know, maybe you don't, but you will find out if you keep watching. So, again, thanks everyone for watching, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, and see you soon.
Bye.